Okay, Sophie, go.
Okay, first of all, I just want to tell you, the German school system, like, it is more than the system here. Like, it's pretty difficult to understand. So my only goal is that you understand a little bit, because I know it's gonna be pretty hard to understand. So, basic knowledge is that we have like 10 to 13 years of school in Germany just like to graduate. And after that, like, of course, you can start working or you can go to college or stuff like that. But first of all, in Germany, we have 13 years, onto 13 years of school. And like, when you want to go to a public school, you cannot choose your subjects. Like, I'm going to go to a public school, and I never had a chance to choose my subjects. Like, I came here and Miss your daughter,
Jocelyn.
Miss Jocelyn asked me what subjects you want to have, and I said I can choose my subjects. Like, that was kind of weird, but I think that's probably much more better because you can when you go to school here, like, you can choose your interests, so your grades could be better because you're interested in the subject. Like, we don't have the choice, and the the knowledge is based on basic knowledge for every college that you can go. Like, when you start working or when you go to a college, that you have basic knowledge for every college. That means that when you want to go in a college for economy, we learn stuff for economy, but we also learn chemics. Then we can go in the direction of chemics. That's just basically what that means. And you graduate the first time after sophomore year. So after the 10th grade, that's just USC. So the school types. We have the elementary school, and like, the elementary is just like the elementary here probably. We have elementary from the first grade until the sixth grade. And then we have 4 types of high school. We have a major school. We have a I tried to translate it in English. I don't know if it is the right word, to be honest. But we have a comprehensive school. We have a gymnasium, and we have a private school. The gymnasium is not the gym. Like, just said, it's just the name that we call it. So the elementary, there are 3 types. Like, you can have a public elementary school, you can have a private elementary school, but then you have to pay always. Like, when you are on a private school, then you always have to pay for that. Or you can go to when you're born with like an illness, and you cannot have the education that other kids can have. Like, when you get born deaf or when you get deaf, you go to schools for deafness or for blindness or stuff like that. That's just what it means. So you we celebrate in Germany the first day of school. I don't know if you're gonna do this year, but it's like, name is Einschulung. That means that you get so much stuff as a present of your family, and you have a big family celebration. Like, you get 5 or 6, and then you're gonna go to the elementary school, like after the kindergarten. And how I said, grade 1 to 6. So when we look at the high school itself, I told you the first type would be the major school. That means, like, in Germany we say Hauptschule. It's just one-to-one translation. And that's like not sophisticated fabric. That means, like, it's not a school for really intelligent school. The school is for, it sounds bad, but the school is for people or for kids who are not that intelligent. Like, that's just what I mean. I mean, that's pretty bad. Like, then we have so many types, and when you sometimes you get bullying just because you're gonna go to a school like or a school with not that much intelligence. It's like sometimes it happens that you just get bullying only because of that. I mean, you can be smart, you're just on the school because you are lazy or I don't know, and you just get bullied. You're not smart enough for another school. That's kind of bad, but I mean, in the end, you can always try to make it better and go to a better school. So um, it's not right to bully. Like, it's not right. So and the rate is 7 to 10. Like when we when we finish the sixth grade, the teachers or the schools most of the time look at your grades and then they applicate you if you want to go to their school. Or you applicate, like most of the time the elementary school applicates you to other schools. Like they look at your grades and they say, okay, you are not like smart enough for a really intelligent school, so you don't have the option to go there. Just when they look at your grades, and that's like how you're gonna get on the types of school. Like when you want to go to a really good school, you have to have good grades to go there. That's just how it is. And you at a major school, you graduate in the sophomore year. Like that means you have two opinions after that. Like you can start working or you can go to a professional school. And I will explain what a professional school is after the three types of high school, but you will never have the chance to go to a college because you just don't have a certification that you can go to a college. If they say no, you're not smart enough, you will never made it on a college, so you don't have the choice to go there. It's pretty bad. But sometimes, like the most of the people who are on a major school, they don't even want to go to a college because they are for a reason at the major school. So after that, we have the comprehensive school. That is like a moderate intelligence, like the middle of both. You are smart, but not that smart, but you're also not dumb. So you can get better, or you can just leave it like that, and that would be fine too. Like the grade is 7 to 13, and you graduate in year 13 with Abitur. And Abitur, that's the certificate that you can go on a college. So, but the thing is, you have three options at this school. You can start working, you can go to a professional school, or you can go to college. But now the thing, you have to do a voluntary year. You have to like go into a job as a practicant.
Practitioner, maybe like
Yeah,
a
like just to practice what they gonna do.
like an intern.
Yeah, stuff like that. So after that, you have a new certificate, and they're gonna say, okay, you can go to a college because you practice something, or I don't know. So, and the third type is gymnasium, and that's like a high intelligence. Like you, the grade is 5 to 7. Like I told you, we're gonna go there after grade 6, but sometimes, like when they're gonna see that you have in class 5 only A's and you like you're gonna get boring of the school because you don't have so much things to do, then the schools most of the time applicate you in the 5th grade if you want to go to a gymnasium. Like that's that's gymnasium and elementary in one thing, but it's just more difficult when you go from the 5th grade to the end at the gymnasium. So, and you graduate in senior year, like here in the 12th class, and you graduate in Abitur. And when you have like a normal at Abitur, that counts like that counts everything. You can say it counts everything. And then you have three options like that's kind of more easy because you can start working and you're gonna, like when you applicate for your work that you want to do, you get to go much more easier because they can see, okay, you went to a really difficult school, you have abitur, and like they're gonna choose you probably more than other kids because they just see, okay, you have like when you are on the other type of school, you have abitur, but you need 1 year more and stuff like that. So you always have more chance to get the better job. So you can go to a professional school or you can go to college. Like after that, you can just apply to a college and they're gonna see your grades and then they're gonna decide if they're gonna want you or not. So and then like first of all, that's my school. I'm on a gymnasium in the near Berlin. Like the name is Wageningen Gymnasium Bernau. And that's my school. That's just how it looks like. It looks different to you, I would say.
Kind of like college,
A little bit,
like
yeah.
for us.
Like the colleges are in Germany not that big because we just don't have the place for big colleges. And like we have 2,000 people in one college, but we cannot have more because we just don't have the place. Like we have much colleges. Okay, it's called university, but it's simply the same to a college. It's just smaller, and you have, I would say, you have more choice what you can do. Because like in Berlin, Berlin is a city of economy, and then you have so many kind of colleges that you can choose. Like you can go to a college for education or for science or stuff like that. Like you have so many options that you can choose. But when you want to go to a college in Berlin, you have to be pretty good. Like your abitur, your certificate, your grades on that have to be pretty good that you get a place. Because like we are so full in Berlin of all these kids that they're gonna go to college here, so we don't have much more space for new people. Of course, every year people also graduate from college and then we have new space, but it's still pretty small. And when you want to be in a big city to study, you have to be pretty good because if not, they don't choose you to study there. That's just because you don't have the place. And to the professional school, like that's a specific education for your job. Like when you want to do, let me think, for example, for a job, like when you want to work in the government, you don't have to go always to college. You can also just go to a professional school and just like learn the specific stuff you have to do in your job, like, and then you can do the job. It's just that you don't have to go to college because the college would be much more difficult than doing the professional school. And that's like there one other type of the Abitur called Fachabitur. And that's also a graduation, like you get also a certification, but it's not, it doesn't count much. Like you cannot do much more stuff. You can just like when you apply for your job, and there are all the other people who also apply for that, they're gonna see, okay, you have your Abitur, just the Fachabitur, but you still have an Abitur. They're gonna choose, like they're gonna probably choose you more than the other kids without the Fachabitur. So, and on a professional school, you have 2 days of school and 3 days in your job, like as work. So you can go there maybe on Monday and on Wednesday, or you can go Monday, Tuesday, and the rest of the week in your job. Like that's just how you can do this. And I told you about the professional school. It's for your specific way to get a job. And that's all. Yeah, that's all.
So, like with the professional schools, if I wanted to be, maybe I graduated in the second group of students, not the major school, but the second group of schools, and I wanted to be a chef. That would be going on to a professional school, right?
Yeah, you of course you can also go to college for that, and that's the same thing again. Like when you want to go to the ship in a special like in a special city or stuff like that, and they're gonna see, okay, you are in a professional school, but they also gonna have an application of a human who was in college for that. They will always choose the one who was on a college. It's pretty bad, but that's just how it is. I mean, sometimes you can give the same like the same energy than um, than a human on a college, but in the end, the college count more, so the human with the college will get a job. If you just have one job, of course, when you have when you can give more jobs, and both one would get one, but it's just like when you just have one job and two applications, they will always choose the college. But you would be good if you went to a professional school for that, because most of the time when you're in a professional school and you are in a job, because you applicate to a job and then they say, okay, you have to go to professional school 3 times a day. You are in in the job. So most of the time when you graduate after the professional school, and they gonna keep you as a worker most of the time. They also can they when you work in a grocery, it's difficult. Sometimes we have so many people who works in the grocery, and sometimes they just don't keep you. You graduate in your job there in one location, but then they say after you graduate, okay, we cannot keep you because we don't have the space for more workers. Then you have to applicate in another grocery store, and maybe you can work there. That's just how it works. Yeah, not everyone likes it. It's kind of difficult, but I mean, I had luck that my school applied me to go there. And my school, oh, I forgot to say, my school is a school for science. I mean, I I knew this before that it's going to be a school for science, so we have as subjects more science and more hours in science than in other subjects. And also different is that we don't have every day the same schedule. Like we have Monday to Friday a different schedule, but in the week it week for week it's gonna repeat it. But we just have every day a different schedule. So for example, I have 5 hours of math, but for that I just have 3 hours of German right now. So just because they count math more than German. I don't really like it because I'm not that good in science. I mean, I'm not that bad in school, but I'm better in languages than in science. I just don't have a choice. Like I have biology, physics, chemics, math, economy, informatics, all these subjects, and I cannot choose if I'm gonna want them or not. I have to do this. And that's why most of the time when you're gonna go to school, your grades are not that good because you have to do stuff that you in general doesn't want to, but you don't have a choice. You just have to do this. So yeah, they do.
So how long does school last? Like how long from that day to
Like during the day.
My school starts at 8:20, and it's every day it is different on what time it's gonna end because every day you have a different a different count on hours. Sometimes I just have 6 hours, but it also could be that I have 8 hours or sometimes 9 hours. But I can also just have 4 hours because the teacher gets sick and sometimes you don't have somebody who can jump in the lesson and do the stuff with us. So we just don't have the lesson and we can go home earlier. or we just have a break inside of our hours, and then we sit like in a room and just calm down or stuff like that. But I had luck that I have I have a lot. I can go a lot of times earlier home because my teachers are always sick. I mean, in the end, it's not that good for me because when I graduate, like every gymnasium in my state have in the end the same test in which you're gonna graduate. So when I have less less lessons of my subject, like for example math, I'm in a disadvantage because other schools they do the same stuff, but they had more hours to practice, and in the end we have the same test. So when I gonna fail because of I had less lessons of that. That's probably pretty bad. I mean, now it's like, oh yeah, I can go earlier from school and everybody else is to school, but in the end, it's not pretty helpful. Like it's not pretty good.
And about average, how much homework do you have? Like after you get out of school, do you have work you need to do for your classes after school?
Sometimes we have work to do, like homework or stuff like that. But generally, sometimes we have it. Um, I cannot tell so much of them because I
Or is your
never
day
have
set
my
up at school where you can finish most of what you're assigned
like
at school?
sometimes we have homework that we're gonna get a grade on it. Of course, I'm gonna do it then. But sometimes they just say, okay, you have to do it, but in the end, they never control if you did it. So the most of the people don't do it. Like they say, okay, you have to choose by yourself if you want to do this, if you want to get better because of practice, or if you just keep going and uh, not getting better. So it's your choice. Like you can choose if you want to be good or not, but the teacher they would never say, okay, you have to do this now because you need a good grade. They would never tell us. Like it's a little bit like college because you are not like the teachers are not really in your life. Like they don't remind you to do stuff. And sometimes you have kind teacher and they're gonna remind you, and in general they don't remind you. So it just we get prepared for the college because in college also nobody gonna ask you, did you this like did you that you had to do or did you forgot it or stuff like that. Like nobody gonna ask you that. Just we just get practice from college.
So, question. So, attending both schools, both in Germany and America, which regulations do you agree with more?
Like, do you know? Do you mean which which type of school we are
The
in?
teaching styles, how the day is set up.
Oh, which I prefer. Yeah. I mean, I had my whole life the way I had in Germany, so it's difficult to say. And I mean, it was pretty different. I came here and all like literally all was different here, so I had to get used with that. But now I would say, like, for example, I like it more that I have every day a different schedule because the day would never get boring because you have every day something else. Okay, in the week it's gonna be repeated, but sometimes you have a day like with the schedule you like more than on other days, and then you can be excited for this day because you know it's gonna be good. But here, like when you don't like the schedule, okay, it's different because you can you can choose your subjects. So if you're gonna choose right, if you're gonna choose for your interest, the school will not get boring because you're gonna learn what you like. Um, but like in Germany, we cannot choose, so we are just happy if we're gonna have a good schedule because we can also not choose our schedule. We just get it when the school starts after some holidays again. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, now I like it here because I got to use with that, but it's probably too the time is too short to say what I like more right now. grade.
So when you said you were 5 hours in math, do you mean in one day? You
No,
sit
no,
for
no,
5
in
hours?
a whole week. Like
So you have
here, I have every day math, like 5 times, but I also have every other subject 5 times. Because the week is 5 days long. Yeah, makes sense. So, and in Germany, like for example, we have geography, 2 hours a week. We have we have history, also 2 hours a week, and like act and music, 2 hours a week. But then we have English, for example, like not as our mother language, of course we speak German, but like we have English 4 hours, or yes, 4 hours the week, and we have German only 3 hours because they say okay, it's gonna get less with your year because they're gonna say when you are in your junior year, you don't have to do so much German anymore because you can speak the language and you read so many things like Romeo and Julia, you read this and stuff like that. So they say, okay, it's not that important anymore that you have so many lessons of German because we are a science school, so you should have more lessons of science. So I have 3 lessons of biology, 3 lessons of chemics and physics. The only thing we can do is when we're gonna get in our junior year, and that means like at my school, I'm on a gymnasium. You have 2 years. Like the junior year is preparing for your graduation. The senior year is also preparing for your graduation. Then end of the year, you're gonna graduate in a big test. Like it's huge. And before that, you can choose in which subject you want to graduate. Because the preparing for the graduation is like much more bigger. Because you don't have a test in every subject in the end of the year. So I'm gonna choose geography and English. I'm here for English, for the language that I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a good abitur because when I come back, hopefully my English is gonna be pretty good, and then I'm an advantage to all the other kids because they never went here to learn the language right. So hopefully I'm gonna get a good grade. Like, you should know that I only had a B before I came here in English, and I don't even know why. Probably the teacher just hates me. I don't know. I mean, I told him my English is not that bad that I can get a B, and he said, "Oh yeah, yes." I said, "Okay, you know something? I'm gonna go to America to learn the language, and when I come back, you cannot give me a D anymore. Like really not." So, and I'm gonna graduate in geography and in English, and I mean, now it's the part that it's getting difficult. So you have to graduate in science in like social language, social subjects, and in one other type. I don't know the name. I believe there's no name. So you have 3 tests, and you have to test in all 3 types. So I'm gonna graduate in English. That's a social subject because it's language. It's a language. In geography, that's the other type in which I don't know the name. Then I have to graduate in science. So I can choose chemics, biology, physics, math, and that's probably all. So I'm gonna choose biology, probably. I don't know yet, to be honest, but it's gonna be biology, probably. So, and then like, for example, I don't have physics anymore because the schedule is now so full for me that I cannot have physics anymore because I have a lot of hours for the subjects in which I'm gonna graduate. So I have a lot of hours, like probably 6 hours of English, 6 hours of geography, and 6 hours of biology because they want to prepare me for my graduation. And when I have space, I'm going to have all the other subjects in my space. But there's not much space, so yeah. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, what reasons that you can't choose your own courses you want to take?
Because they, like, the German government, they said, okay, we want basic knowledge for everybody until the 10th grade, like until the sophomore year, that like everybody learns the same on the other basic of knowledge, like on the other intelligence. That's the point with the three types of school. So you're gonna have. Now I lost my line. Hold on, 1 second. Can you repeat it?
Why can't you choose your own
Oh, yeah.
courses?
So the government said we need to have a basic knowledge until the sophomore year. So everybody, like every school, learns in general the same, just on a other state of difficultness, like how difficult it's gonna be. That's just the type of school. Because my type is pretty bad, but my type is the most difficult school, so I have to work a lot. But they just say, okay, you are high intelligence, so it's gonna be that difficult. It isn't that difficult. Also, if I'm going to be smart, but it's still difficult. That doesn't change. But in the end, all three types learn the same stuff, and after that, you can go in every kind of job because you have like every knowledge for every job. That's why they're gonna say you cannot choose because you have to learn everything. But sometimes like it's pretty useless sometimes because when you know like when you know in your freshman year that you wanna be, for example, that you wanna go in business and maybe in
Automobile.
automobiles, like stuff with houses or engineer and stuff like that. Why you have to be good in why you have to be good then like in history, for example. Because you don't need history for your job in the end. Hopefully you don't need it. So you know what I mean? It's just like you have to learn everything, but sometimes you know what you want to do, and then you still have to learn stuff that you will never need. That's just the thing. That's pretty useless. But okay, in the end you can say, I know everything, but you will not need it. Just, yeah.
I have a couple of questions. So when you go to elementary school, that first through sixth grade, are all intelligences put
Yeah,
together in
yes.
those schools?
Yes, they are all together. And then like after the 5th grade until the 6th grade, they're gonna look in which type of school you're probably gonna go.
Are you given like an intelligence test or some kind of
No,
test
they're
to track
they're
you?
just gonna look how good are your grades. Because that's why the parents, like most of the time the parents, they know that, like they know the system, the school system, because they are really interested that the own child get a good job. So they said you have to be good in your elementary. Like they most of the time they always gonna help you for every kind of stuff that you're gonna get good grades. And then like they're just gonna look at your grades and then you can go to a gymnasium, like high intelligence, but when somebody would look at your own, like if you are own smart, you're not that smart, but you're still there on the school because your grades look like that you are smart, but you are not, and then you're gonna have it like pretty difficult in the school because everybody else, or not everybody, but most of the people they are smart enough to do this pretty well without so much learning. But when you are there because of the help of your parents, and then you are not smart enough to do this, you're gonna fall apart.
You wouldn't be successful
Yeah.
there. are there such things as private schools, like parents or families with more
Private
money?
schools, like, yeah, they are, of course, probably in every country you have families with much money or families with not that much money, and most of the time, families with really, really much money, they said the public education is not good enough. You have to learn specific for everything, and then you're gonna go to a private school, but then you have to pay a lot, like really a lot. Like a friend of me, he's on a private gymnasium in Germany, and he pays like his parents, they don't pay $50,000 in 1 year. And okay, when you have a sibling that's gonna go on the same school, you just pay the half. After that, like you just have to pay 25,000 then for the sibling. But for the first one, you always have to pay so much money just for 1 year, and then like you are on the gymnasium for 6 years again. So yeah, it's gonna get really, really expensive.
So when you go back to Germany at the end of the school year, will you be in the 12th grade or the
No.
13th grade?
I have to repeat my junior year. I mean, I will be now. I will be in Germany in my junior year, but I have to repeat it because they say the education is not the same. And like they are right. Like I said, now I can go to the senior year, but now I would say I cannot do this because the education is so difficult. And like I would have chemics in Germany right now, but I don't have chemics here. So I would really lose 1 year, and I cannot be in my senior year to do stuff in my senior year without the knowledge of my junior year. So I have to repeat this year. It's pretty bad.
My last question, I'm sorry, my last question. What do you want to do after high school? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No. Actually, like that's actually a good question. I really don't. I really don't know.
But you do get to choose that. Is that correct?
Yeah,
You
of
get to
course.
choose.
Like I'm in an advantage. Like I'm in a gymnasium, so when I get my Abitur, if I'm not failed, so when I get my Abitur and I have good grades on it, I can do whatever I want with that. Like that's the only advantage I really have. Like everybody will try. Like when I gonna go on a college after that, I want to go on a college, but probably directly after school, I'm gonna go to work and travel in Australia because I never went to Australia. It's the only country I never see, so I'm probably gonna go to Australia and for maybe a half year, and then just gonna travel around Australia and gonna work. Like, and the Germans, they like to see when you have like a voluntary year or an exchange year or work and travel because they say, okay, you have seen a lot of the world, you learn every day new stuff because of other cultures, and when you're gonna work in other countries, like they like to see that because they're gonna say, okay, you have more experience than other people, and I mean that's true. I'm in an advantage now because when I come back, my language gonna be better than of the other students, and I can say I went to other school in other countries, so I have more experience. I know the differences, and Germany likes to see that. Like the economy of Germany, they like to see that you did a lot when you was young, and for example, when you apply, you have to give them also like a schedule of your life, like which elementary, where you went, which school type did you went, and stuff like that. And what did you with your family? What are your hobbies? Um, what, where did you travel and stuff like that? And when I can say or I can write in my application, I went to Texas for 1 year, and they're gonna say, oh, yeah. And when they're gonna see my application, and any other application, I mean, I don't want to say that other people they can be like this, they can be good too, and they can have the same grades as I have. So they are not they are more similars than differences. And in the end, when they're gonna see like, okay, I went to an exchange year and the other didn't went to an exchange year, they're gonna choose me because I have more experience and more advantage than the other people.
Is it hard knowing that when you get back, your friends will be like a grade above you while you're still
I mean, the good thing is that I nearly can live with everybody. So I also have friends in the grade under me. Right now, okay, it's only two, I have two friends. So, and I will do more friends. And I mean, on the other hand, it's probably, of course, it's bad that I cannot be in the grade with my friends and I cannot see them. Like I see them every day in school, but I don't have subjects with them. Like never again. And when they graduate, I have 1 year more than they have. But the point is, when they did everything that I'm gonna do, 1 year before. And when I ask them if they have the notice or the test still, I mean, I know how to say that I'm gonna cheat, but I just can see what they did in this test. Like the teachers, they are not that smart. Sometimes they really have every year the same test. So when I'm good, when I'm smart enough, I can get the test from last year and I can see what they did there, and the test gonna be, and like the test gonna be the same or similar to other tests. So I'm at an advantage because I can see what they did last year and I can get every note and they can help me in everything because they did